Okay, so here is another one of those Trig questions. So what have we got? We're going to fully describe the combination of transformations which maps y equals sine theta onto this graph. Okay, so first thing. Okay, so if it's sine, we've been told that y is sine of theta, so that should suggest to us that we're going to do r sine theta plus alpha, because we've got two functions and we've got two coefficients. So we're going to write r sine theta plus alpha is another way of writing the argument that we are given. Okay, so let's remember the expansion. R sine theta plus alpha is the same thing as r sine theta cos alpha plus r sine alpha cos theta. Okay, and now what we need to do r cos alpha. So r cos alpha, that's r cos alpha, must be equal, it's multiplying sine theta. What's multiplying sine theta? 2√3. So that's our r cos alpha. R sine alpha, well, there's r sine alpha, that's multiplying cos theta. What's multiplying cos theta? 6, so r sine alpha must be 6. Now remember, that means we do r sine alpha divided by r cos alpha, which gives us tan of alpha. Remember, the r's cancel each other out, so that's just 1. So tan alpha is equal to 6 over 2√3, which is basically just 3 over √3, which we should all know is just √3. So now we want to know what alpha is. So alpha is arctan of √3. And remember, this question, we are always going to use radians. So we get pi over 3. Okay, now we've got alpha. Now we need r. So r squared is equal to 2√3 squared plus 6 squared. Well, 2√3 squared, that's going to be 2 squared, which is 4, times √3 squared, which is 3. So we've got 12 plus 36. So r squared is 48, and therefore r is √48. Okay. So now we can rewrite this for our final answer. Remember, the final answer is always written in this form. We've got √48 sine theta plus pi over 3 is another way of writing okay. Now that is the answer for A. Now we do B. We've got to work out the maximum and the minimum of 2√3 sine theta plus 6 cos theta squared minus 8. And obviously that's going to be, because we've just proved, the same as √48 sine theta plus pi over 3 all squared minus 8. Right, well, let's think. So what's the maximum for √48 sine theta plus pi over 3? Well, it's going to be √48 times 1. Okay, so basically it's just the r times the sine maximum, which is 1. Okay, that's fine. But now we've got, this is actually squared. So this is squared. So now what's the maximum? The maximum of root 48 squared is 48 times 1. That's 48. Okay, now we're taking away 1. Sorry, we're taking away 8, sorry. 48 take away 8. So our maximum is going to be 40. Now what's the minimum? Okay, well, let's think about something for a second. So this is the graph for root 48 sine x plus pi, pi over 3. Now what happens when I square it? Remember, all the negatives are squared, so basically all of my answers are positive. So now my new minimum becomes 0. So now, if we go back to this, my minimum is going to be, well, it's just going to be 0 times 1, okay, which is going to be 0, but I've got 0 minus 8. So my minimum is going to be minus 8. Okay, and then all I need to do is solve to find out where those two maximums happen. Well, where does this, if this is a sine curve, where does this maximum happen? That maximum is going to happen at pi over 2. And where does the 0 happen? Well, it happens at 0 and then happens again at pi. Okay, so that's all we'll do is find out the first place that happens. And that's it.